Imagine that you come to an old age, that you already are in the old age and you are laying in your bed on your last day. And there comes your family, your relatives, your friends of the past. And what are the last words that you would say to all of your family, your relatives, your best friends? What are the last words that you would say while passing away to the next life? So the last words are, I love you. The last words are, I love you. Perhaps you would recall certain memories and thank for some experiences. But the most meaningful thing after all, and the very last thing that you would say is, I love you. And this is the human nature. To be born with love while the parents are making love out of love. And while passing away, also to pass away with love. And what is in between is what we call life. That is Leela, the play of life. So what is at the beginning? A person is made of love, and a person passes away with love. That is the best way to pass away, isn't it? Nobody wants to pass away alone, forgotten, or in a horrible way, Everybody wants to pass away with love. And why is that? Because love is life, is the real essence of life. Love is that which continues. The body doesn't continue. The accumulated wealth doesn't continue. Even the heroic achievements, they might be written in history, but only love truly continues. So within the human nature, somewhere deeply inside, there is already that knowledge to be born out of love and to pass away to the next life with love. What is in between is all the goods and all the bads and all the struggles and all the experiences. But at the end of the day, in the last day, what matters most is love. So why wait for the last day? So let's ask a question. Why do we wait for the last day? Do we truly need to wait for the very last moment to recognize this truth of love? So there is a way to cultivate love. Cultivation means giving it some attention, giving it some practice, some work. Like cultivating a flower, You know, you plant a seed, then you put some water, you patiently wait, and then the stem comes out of the soil and you further cultivate it, giving it some water and sunshine, and then the flower blossoms. So the same way love can be cultivated. Always to remember love, to cultivate love. And there is nothing more worthy to be waiting for. If you look at your hopes, at your dreams, at your desires, and if you imagine that you attain them all, what is next? Let's say you did it all. Your hopes, your desires, your dreams, you did it all. What is next? The only fulfillment, the true fulfillment, is love. So any kind of achievements that one attains, they are of temporary nature. They are significant in relative terms. But what truly matters most at the end of the day is love. So why wait? So we can recognize this deepest wisdom of life, of humanity, the deepest wisdom of humanity, that love is the core, that love is the essence of humanity. Being born out of love, dying in love, why not living in love? And actually love, the real nature of love is sustenance. So humanity lives a bit upside down, you know, a bit reversed and upside down, very paradoxically. Because in the universe, the real nature of love is sustenance. It is the light which creates, love that sustains, and truth which destroys or finishes the cycle. But in humanity, it's way round. It's in the middle. There is only life with all the struggles. There is barely some love, generally speaking. So love should be right in the middle. It should be lived every day. It should be experienced every day. Because that is the nature of human beings. This is what matters most. And when we look around, what does matter most? It's the mind. The mind, the mind, the mind. And the lower three chakras of desires, greed, and all the safety, securities, and insecurities. And so love is forgotten. And the most essential thing of human nature is forgotten. So this whole civilization would change immediately if that would be recognized by everybody. Cultivating love, cultivating love. Now let's look at a larger picture of the universe. How was the universe created? What is the purpose of the universe? The universe was created out of divine love. The Father, Mother, God love. The divine love. This is how even the whole universe was created. Even before that, how did the souls got created? The divine souls, the very first souls. How did they get created? They got created out of love. Even beyond humanity, beyond this whole universe. The very first souls were created out of love. Because the nature of consciousness, the nature of the self, the nature of God is love. And it is not the judgment. That is something totally upside down. The nature is love. And out of this love and wanting to experience it even more, the very first souls were created. The innumerable souls were created in the divine realm, which was the very first dimension of creation. Beyond this universe, that's still beyond this universe. And those very first souls that were created, they're known as gods and goddesses in the mythologies. And these gods and goddesses then created universes as a further extension of love. Then they created the universes. So it is the same intelligent design from the very source of God, going into the creation of the very first souls, gods and goddesses, the divine beings, avatars, masters, all the divine beings, then creating the universes and imprinting the same design into every single life form, into every single soul, imprinting the same code, the same structure, the same principle of love. And love is completion. Love is completion. It's completion of the cycles. It's the beginning of the cycles, and it is completion of the cycles. It is at the beginning, in the middle, and at the end. Every young soul is seeking for love. Every old soul realizes love. At the beginning and at the end there is love. In the middle there is love. It's everywhere. And all of those who do not experience love, they seek for love, whether they know it or not. So the human nature, of course, is very ignorant. First, you have to get a good job, then to earn a lot of money, and maybe love will come after that. But then there are many other things, so maybe love will come in the old age. Well, then love is recognized, the last moment of passing away, if the fear hasn't yet consumed one in the ignorant life. And this is why the biggest fear while passing away is the fear. Because that is the worst way of dying, in fear. And if one did not face their fears while living, then when will they? And if one did not cultivate love while living, then when will they? So these two fundamental aspects of love and fear is basically lack of love. Ignorance of love is the foundation of existence. So love is the very first essence of consciousness. It is the nature of consciousness, and it is the very first essence of consciousness. And only out of love of consciousness then everything else is made. Everything else is created. We have female-male aspects in this universe. Why so? The female-male aspect is there to reunite, to become one, to complete each other. It's about completion. Love is completion. The female-male aspect is embodied in the whole universe, in all of the creation. And it is the intelligent design of completion, of love. So the very end of the rainbow, it is love. The very first thing and the very last thing that one truly seeks is love, because that completes everything. All the search, all the longing, all the spiritual search, all the material search, it all ends in love, in unity, union, in oneness with divine, with consciousness, with God. And that is what is experienced at the very last moment. The union, the yoga, the union of love with the self, with consciousness. And in that union of love is completion. Because that is the very essence of consciousness. It is not the power, it is not the truth, it is not... These are the secondary aspects of consciousness. The primal aspect of consciousness is love. And then there is truth and peace and all kinds of other fragrances which are called virtues. Happiness, freedom, bliss. Bliss is the radiance of this consciousness and love. That is bliss. So this love, we also need to understand, is not the coochie-moochie emotional love. It's not the, let's get together and do something in, in the bedroom. That's fine. That's called making love. But that's one way. That's the relationship way. But then there is the inner love, which is a self-fulfilling love. And this love then grows to become divine love. This love is very intelligent, actually. Love is not only a feeling. Within love there is an immense intelligence. Within love there is immense intelligence. Because within love there is imprinted the whole creation. So love knows creation. The most intelligent, the most highest intelligence in the whole universe is love consciousness. And isn't it so that every one of you seeks to be cared with love, to be held in love, to be nurtured in love? And the only reason that one comes to another as a female and male aspect is to experience that loving care, because it's a direct mirroring. It's a direct mirror. It mirrors and amplifies that love, that caring love, the nurturing love, the supporting love, the feeling of safety, security, feeling of togetherness. It's a direct mirroring of that love. So in another we mirror actually ourselves. We mirror the nature of your true self. And if you realize and understand that your partner is mirroring you that love, then you realize that attachment is not necessary. It shouldn't be emotional, it shouldn't be conditional, it shouldn't be attachy, it shouldn't be possessive. It shouldn't be neither fearful that if something happens, if you lose your partner, it's going to be the end of the world. No, the partner was mirroring you that love all the time, mirroring it back to you and amplifying it. But if you can feel that love, it means it's already within you. It's being mirrored and amplified. But it is already within you. It is already felt from you, being mirrored and amplified. So it's like an infinite loop, you know, it's the infinite loop. It mirrors and amplifies, and the meeting point is love. So as above, so below. As below, so above. In the very source of consciousness, the nature and essence is love. In the very essence of existence of the human beings, it is to be born out of love, to be taken care in love in the young age, and to even pass away with love. If one is not taken care in a loving way in the young age, then all those problems of the very first 5 years will be mirrored throughout the whole life. All the conditioning are instilled in the very first 5 years of the baby. And if the child is not nurtured with absolute love in the very first 5 years, then there will be a lot of difficulties arising in the subsequent years of life. And they all fully formalize in the early and mid-adulthood. That's where everything is already solidified. Unless one comes to inner work and starts to reverse those processes that took place actually in the childhood. And you can heal your childhood with the inquiry and loving presence. You can revisit your childhood in your memory. You can revisit your childhood in your meditation and revisit it with love. Send love to your inner child. Send love to your past childhood. And that's how you will complete all the cycles of your current experience. And that is the liberation, which is completion of the cycles. And the liberation finishes with the final union, yoga, with consciousness source, self. It is not by extremities that one realizes the self. It is by loving oneself to the core that one can realize the self. And that is the most difficult thing to do. To love yourself to the very deepest core and beyond the core. To love yourself beyond all the nature of your body, of your psyche, of the nature of your even multidimensional existence, emotional body, mental body, causal body. To love yourself to the core, to meet the source of love, to be love. That is liberation. That is the essence of creation. That is the purpose of the universe. That is how you were made. And that is how, in love, you will pass away to continue existing. And with cultivation of love, every day can be in love, as love. sharing the essence of creation.